It's now time for your starts and sits for week number 3 for CBS Local Sports. I'm Jamey Eisenberg, that's Dave Richard, that's Heath Cummings, and let's get right to it with the starts at quarterback. Gentlemen, who are we going with?
Let's go with Jimmy Garoppolo of the San Francisco 49ers. Going to have to play catch-up against that Chiefs defense. I think he'll go great. Kansas City's allowed over 400 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns per game. Garoppolo is going to have his best week of the season.
Let's not go with Russell Wilson. At home for the first time, but against a very stout, slow-paced Cowboys defense. There will not be garbage time in this game, and Russell Wilson will not give you enough fantasy points.
Just like we thought when the season started, you're starting Jimmy Garoppolo over Russell Wilson, and we're also starting
Giovanni Bernard at running
back.
Yes. Joe Mixon out for a couple weeks with an injury. That means all the work is going to Giovanni Bernard against the Panthers team that we thought would be great against running backs and has not been so far. I'm looking at 20 touches. I'm looking at 15 fantasy points. Start Gio.
When is Alex Collins going to get 20 touches and 15 fantasy points? I don't know when, and for that reason, you've got to keep sitting him. The Ravens are going to try and get their run game going against Denver, and he's going to split carries with Buck Allen. I don't like the looks of things. I would sit him.
Collins also sitting non-PPR as well?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So the wide receiver position, Dave, who are we going with?
Let's go with Eiland Cole. He had a great one-handed catch last week against the Patriots, a big touchdown in that game as well. Love his matchup against Tennessee. That secondary is allowing some serious big plays. Eiland Cole, the new #1 wide receiver in Jacksonville.
And I'm going to be alone in fading Deshaun Jackson. You should not play him this week. 9 targets on the season. This is a player that over his career has caught about 55% of his targets. If he's getting 4 targets a week, that's 2 catches. He's not going to average 30 yards per reception. You should sit him.
But Heath, there's Fitz magic in Tampa Bay.
The spell has been broken.
Wow, the spell has been broken. What about the tight end? Do we have a good spell as a starter?
Well, we've got Eric Ebron, who's not sharing work with Jack Doyle this week, and this Colts team is short on wide receivers. You should expect double-digit targets for Eric Ebron. He's one of the top 4 tight ends in the league this week. Start him.
And I'll take Eric Ebron ahead of Jared Cook, who once upon a time had 180 yards in a game. Came back the last week under 50 yards. That just happened, and now Jared Cook going up against the Dolphins secondary that's been playing very well. Nervous about him. Like him a little bit better in PPR, but in non-PPR leagues, fade him.
We're starting Jimmy Garoppolo, Giovanni Bernard, Eiland Cole, and Eric Ebron, and we're sitting Russell Wilson, Alex Collins, Deshaun Jackson, and Jared Cook. Those have been your starts and sits for CBS Local Sports.